according to a website titled Why We Need Immigration Reform Now, people come to the U.S. for the promise of freedom and opportunity, but the current immigration system in the U.S. is broken. People are crossing the border and there is a rampant discrimination against immigrants. So basically, how we treat newcomers should reflect the values of the Constitution, from equality and fairness, and we should, for those who are hardworking, undocumented individuals, there is a roadmap for people who aspire to be citizens. So I'm here to talk to you about how our current immigration system and how it has been for the past century, how now is the perfect time to get an immigration reform. So many of us have parents who came here illegally or are illegally. So how many of you, your parents are here illegally or illegally? You don't have to answer, I won't deport your parents. But yeah, so personally, I grew up with my dad, who was an immigrant. But like when I was in high school, he was deported when I was a sophomore, and I haven't had contact with him since. So I live with that constant fear that one day they're gonna deport my mom. So immigrants are deprived of being citizens only because they were born in another country. And it is important to understand that many immigrants want to have the right to live in this country. So first I'll discuss the problem, then the cause, and then a solution. So what's the problem? The problem is that when immigrants are crossing the border and they die attempting to cross it. So according to an article from the New York Times, there were 463 deaths in the past fiscal year, which ended September 30, the equivalent of about 5 migrants dying every 40 days. So here are some bodies that have been uncovered from when some individuals decided to cross, but they couldn't. It's been hard, but these times with the deportation, it doesn't help, because even though they're deported, they have a chance to go back and cross it again. So according to an analysis by the Washington Office on Latin America, a human rights group, in the time federal statistics have been compiled, only 2005 had more deaths, and in that year there were more than 3 times as many apprehensions. So you can see that many people are willing to risk their lives just to cross the border, take their cars, cross the border with it at night, and cross the river. So now that I talked about the problems, I will now talk about the causes. So why are so many immigrants coming to the United States? But first is they want to live in freedom. Second, escape poverty, make better lives for themselves, and provide for their family by working. So all over the world, immigrants choose to come for various reasons, such as live in freedom, as I said, religious, to live better lives, and including to escape violent regions. So according to U.S. Customs and Border Protection, Salvadorian and Honduran children come from violent regions where they probably perceive the risk of traveling alone to the U.S., preferably to remain at home, for oppression and to make better lives for themselves. So basically, children come to the U.S. and they're deprived from their family. They are separated from their family. So the other reason why they come is prosperity. With prosperity, they seek jobs, and those jobs make up most of the immigrants in this country. So this country offers a better life for many individuals. Many who seek this prosperity work at jobs such as construction workers, like that right there. They basically just want to feed their families. So now that I talked about the cause, I the solution. There's a lot of solutions, but mainly there are solutions such as getting involved, boycotting, petitioning, and peaceful protest. Well, we have to get involved, not just for us, but for our parents. We could do anything such as do petitioning. We could boycott, such as Rosa Parks who did in the buses. But basically, we have the right to fight and get an immigration reform. So I discussed the problem, I discussed the cost, and finally I discussed the solution. Many people have died trying to come to this country, legally or just to visit their families and stay here. But in order to understand why immigration reform is important is because many die. Many are willing to sacrifice their lives to come here. And the reason why they call in, they are in common to a better living is that there have been legislations and executive orders in the past. All that is needed is to stay involved and keep the fight going for immigration reform. Never forget that you matter and your family matters. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise.